Sometimes curiosity awakens new feelings. You never know where intrigue, the desire to explore, or just talking to a stranger will lead you. These are stories that are not far from reality. Get ready and come with me to see 3 creepypasta stories that are very close to reality. Once upon a time there was a group of Boy Scouts named Tom, Sarah, Mike, and Lucy. One day, during one of their adventures in the woods, they found an old abandoned cabin. Curious, they decided to enter to explore it. Inside the cabin, they found a dusty old toy that looked very interesting. Without thinking twice, they started to play with him. At first, everything seemed normal, but suddenly, strange things started to happen. The toy began to move on its own and make disturbing sounds. The children tried to get rid of the toy, but could not. Each time they tried, the toy would return to their hands, as if something or someone was preventing them from letting go. After a while, one by one, the children began to mysteriously disappear. Tom was the first to disappear, followed by Sarah. Mike and Lucy tried looking for them, but couldn't find any leads. Shortly after, Mike also disappeared, leaving Lucy alone and terrified in the cabin. She tried to run away from it, but the toy was chasing her, as if she wanted to stop her from leaving her. Finally, Lucy disappeared too, without a trace. No one saw the 4 Boy Scouts ever again. People said that the cursed toy had taken them to a dark and scary place, where they would never see the light of day again. Since then, the cabin in the woods has been considered a haunted place and no one dares to go near it. They say the cursed toy is still there, waiting for its next victim. Matthew was a long-time train engineer, having been working on the same route for almost 50 years. Matthew used to drive his train in the afternoon, and there were usually only a couple of passengers. One day, a particular passenger caught Matthew's eye. He was a middle-aged man traveling alone. The man had a calm and collected presence, and seemed unafraid to speak to Matthew. He introduced himself as John and told her that he had once been an engineering student on the same route. Matthew was curious and asked about his past, to which the man told him that he had passed away 12 years ago. John explained that he had been sent to the other world, where he had been working for the gods as a kind of messenger. Matthew looked at John in amazement, but the man told him that his work here on Earth was not finished yet. He had come to fulfill a mission, and that was to guide the dead to the other world. Then, the man told him that what Matthew was driving all those years was not just any train, but the train that took people to the other world. Matthew was moved by what the man told him. He understood that what he had been doing all those years was not just a job, but also a noble mission. With this, John mysteriously disappeared. Matthew never saw him again, but he always remembered his words. From then on, Matthew always strove to do his job with a noble mission. This is the story about Luke, a young man who found an ancient book that granted any wish, but on the first page it had an inscription that said, "Be careful what you ask for," but he ignored it, and while the book grants every wish, something bad happens to him. Luke more and more he loses the memory of his friends and family until he doesn't remember anyone, and lives so alone that all the luxuries he asked for are of no use to him, and he wants to undo everything, but the book won't let him. In the end, Luke ends up cut off from the world and lives as a hermit in a cabin in the woods with no memories or luxuries. One day a woman who was walking through the woods, seeing Luke, asks him why he is sad. He tells her everything. She tells him that this book is under a spell, and the only way to get rid of the spell is to get rid of the most intimate memory. After thinking for a while, Luke decides to deliver the memory of her mother, that although he did not remember her face, he had memories of moments with her. So when he told the book that he would renounce that intimate memory, the burning book and all the memories returned to Luke, he was able to remember faces of friends and relatives except that of his mother, who he did not even remember. It is said that that strange woman who visited Luke was his own mother, who sacrificed herself for her son to be happy again. For now this is all. We hope it has been to your liking. Please remember to like and share, subscribe to the channel, this way you help us a lot. Thanks for watching, and until next time.